Greeting Grizzlies and guests. Let me begin by offering my condolences to all individuals and families experiencing hardships due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Shanto and its surrounding communities are vastly different spaces from when we last met. For the last 9 years, I have served as a high school social studies and more recently, English teacher. One of my great joys is seeing students transform over the course of their high school experience. Consequently, I love partnering freshmen and senior students together on a public speaking presentation. Over 3 years ago, the class of 2020 completed such an endeavor. At the close of their project, I wrote the following. These students are born storytellers who will go on to make waves, in a good way. They are fun-loving, yet pensive. I'm curious as to where our journey will lead. 3 years later, I offer the following insight and reflection on this group of perfectly imperfect students. For any current Grizzly listening, if you're able to identify any use of logos, ethos, pathos, write it down, share it with me, and I'll give you extra credit. Now let me address the senior class. At the beginning of the school year, I assigned the Life After High School project. Your job was to select a career path, research that career, determine what sort of education trainings you would need to complete, figure out the starting pay, and ultimately determine how you would be independent. All in all, I thought this was a good assignment that would help you plan for your future. However, when reflecting on the school year, no singular event encapsulates our journey better than the Life Happens project. It required you to work in small groups, family units, to develop and maintain a household budget that met the needs of each family member given certain financial limitations. The challenge was to accommodate the events and circumstances of Life Happen cards. Group 1, comprised of Johanna, Angelo, LaShawn, and Rona, remained cool, calm, and collected throughout the project, guided by the numbers. I wrote down the following, quote, "Mom needs dental work. It's going to cost $350. This doesn't fit into our budget. Sorry, Mom." And at the end of the project, their group had money in their checkings and savings account. Group 2 consisted of Tyson, Skylita, and Precious. They took a relaxed approach, but had firm convictions surrounding health and wellness, refusing to give up the premier insurance package and maintaining a certified childcare helper for the baby of the family. Group 3 consisted of Carson, Shailene, Darielle, and Alea. And my memories of this group involved their discussions surrounding access to healthcare and the difficulties of paying for medical necessities. Their group wrote, "Families experience poverty, inequality, injustice, and challenges to make ends meet." On a side note, their conversations surrounding elders and Social Security suggest their real families should be wary of moving in with them when they retire. And finally, we have Group 4, the Miller family, composed of Isabella, Zach, and Trinity. I clearly remember their group having so many different challenges. On one occasion, I looked over and I saw Zach with his head in his hands and Isabella frantically writing down numbers. But Trinity was sitting with a very regal pose, gazing at Isabella and Zach, almost like willing them through her energy to continue for another month. So the Millers, just to name a couple of their challenges, elderly grandparents moving in, their son starting his own family, their car and home needing repairs, and their house slated for demolition. Yet despite all these challenges, the Millers never gave up. Suffice it to say, with the current environment, we may find ourselves feeling like the Miller family, being inundated with challenge after challenge, questioning why is this happening, and wishing for a different outcome. Yet, life happens. So the takeaway is this. Your best laid plans, your plans for life after high school may not go as you planned, but choosing how you respond to the challenges in your path is what makes life real and worth living to the fullest. People learn and grow through experience. They gain knowledge. And no matter what happens in life, no one can take away from the knowledge you have obtained. In a similar vein, the hopes and expectations that started your school year are most likely falling short of how you imagine ending your senior year. I agree. After 13 years of public schooling, you deserve a grand send-off. Yet, time and circumstances bring us here. A pre-recorded message from your sometimes loved, sometimes hated, but always honest English and economics teacher. And with that knowledge, let me share what I know about you. Your graduating class can dismantle ideologies and institutions that strip people of their humanity, and instead be part of helping to reimagine and rebuild a community and world that celebrates each unique fabric of one's life. I know you are up to the challenge. For example, pre-pandemic, I know some of you were hurting and struggling given your life circumstances, which caused you to make choices that were not in the best interest of your health and wellness. But in the weeks immediately preceding our school closure, and in the aftermath of the virus hitting the Navajo Nation, I witnessed a resurgence of life's beautiful vitality in each and every one of you. No lie. 7th period students, you know who you are. Think of all the work that you were able to accomplish in order to make up your missing credits. Independent study students, you guys know who you are. Think of all the work that you were able to accomplish in order to meet your graduation requirements. These are success stories laying the foundation for your ability to thrive. Seniors, I bore witness of your humanity. In class, you recognize the silencing of marginalized voices, including the outrageous number of missing and murdered Alaskan Native and American Indian women denied justice as cases go unsolved. Your class recognized that the criminal justice system is flawed, as the American Indian incarceration rate does not represent an equitable society. Your class recognized that economic and health disparities exist, which puts American Indian populations at a higher risk of death. So my challenge to you, past and present Grizzlies, recognition alone is not enough. Society needs you to act, which leads me to my final objective. Use positive language and actions to make the world a better place. I leave you to define and enact that place. In closing, thank you for choosing to attend Shanto Preparatory Technology High School and adding your own unique flair to our community of learners. Thank you for having the courage to share your stories and perspectives in room 144. Thank you for feeding us wonderful treats during your senior bake sale. Isabella, I'll miss your delicious and affordable cupcakes. Thank you for the memories, and congratulations, class of 2020.